Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing a quick follow-up reading to the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. This is a devastating one coming out of the Hollywood Hills area of California. And you can check out part one. I give a little bit more background, just a little bit. I don't know. At that time, I didn't know all of what I know now about her case. But the reason why I'm back at the reading table, I didn't want to come back to the reading table unless it made sense to. But when it was reported that her body is heavily decomposed, I was like, let's look at some timing elements surrounding this whole thing that's going on with Celeste, her death, and the perps. So I wanted to look at that specifically. Key timing elements surrounding her case. In part one, we got the month of September, which makes sense. Her birthday is in September, and her death, or at least the discovery of her death, was in September of 2025. So September's of significance. There's also something else that could be of significance to the case, but I want to look at important timing elements. We're going to pull the timing cards, but we're also going to first work with tarot cards because you can pull some information from the tarot cards. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring these up to y'all. So these are tarot cards from the New Era Elements Tarot. Daughter of Air. This is the Page of Swords or the Page of Air. And this is about the season of early winter, something going down in winter that set everything off into moving into motion. Something about the winter time with the Page of Swords. Also, it could represent the timing of 11 months. 11 months back, something of significance happening as it relates to Celeste and the main perp. Then we got these two cards, the Sun and Strength. So the Sun card and the Strength card represents the time period of July 21st to August 20th. So something happening then. That time period is of significance in just this year, 2025, the recent July 21st to August 20th period. It could be even further in the past, something of significance coming out later that we find out. And it also could represent something unfolding in the future, in 2026, 2027. So this is a heavy time period to focus in on, since we got two major arcana cards talking about the same time period. It can also represent an astrological sign, like a heavy influence of fire aspect to perhaps the perps, astrological makeup, sun, moon, or rising. Maybe a lot of fire in their chart with the Sun and the Strength cards. That's interesting to me. So it could be related to when things got set into motion, where the vehicle is being this is where Celeste is going to be for a while, is during July to August, which is trippy. And what I mean by be for a while is be in that Tesla. Okay, I don't know. That is wild to me. Okay. I'm going to work with these. This is my This Time Oracle. Key timing elements. 9 to 12 weeks. August is of significance. Some people think that she may have passed in May of this year. We'll see what the cards have to say. Patience is needed. be about like why he's not arrested, or why there's been no arrest, I should say. One more card, Spirit. One more card. Not multiple. 6 to 8 weeks. Weeks. Okay. So we've got 9 to 12 weeks. August is of significance to what's going on here. I know he start his tour in August. It just seems to me so odd that he would have her, not he. And let me preface this before I go even deeper into what I'm about to say, is that anyone we're discussing in this reading video is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This is all just, our discussions and our own opinions in the comment section here on the video. So just going to say that. But I just find it odd that the vehicle would be the deciding place of where Celeste would end up. Like, someone had to know, like, that is a bad idea on so many levels. August is of significance. Perhaps this past August, the sun could represent this past July 21st to August 20th, 2025, and the strength could reinforce that, but also represent that same time period in 2026 or beyond. August, 9 to 12 weeks preceding August, maybe. So I'm going to look at the calendar and see what 9 to 12 weeks in August is, and I'll leave it in the comment section. What was that? How many, what month and time, like date was 9 to 12 weeks preceding August? And also, this can signify 9 to 12 weeks from August. We will hear more, or more will be developing within that time period about finding out a lot more of what happened to Celeste. The other thing I'm getting a sense of is it could be a year. So the sun and the strength card representing the same time period, which would be 12 months. Why? Because July 21st to August 20th, same time period for the strength card. So I would say, okay, this is a year. So something preceding 2024 to 2025, something coming to light, someone getting bolder, stronger, could be Celeste, and something becoming clear. Something coming to light with the sun card. Patience is needed. I know a lot of people are wanting and expecting an arrest, myself included, but trust and believe that everything is being carefully investigated. That is also what is coming up here with confirmation to me as I look at all of the cards. It could be that more to come and more answers to be revealed within 6 to 8 weeks, or big news about the case within 6 to 8 weeks, or 6 to 8 weeks is of some sort of significance. Maybe 6 to 8 weeks in the past. We could look at that time period. 6 to 8 weeks from today even. What was going on then? Wouldn't that take us back to August? So something about that time period is what Spirit wants to speak on. I'm going to work, just see if there's anything else to add. Someone's son, a male. Local, we got that, I believe, in the part 1 reading, but I could be mistaken. Vindication, someone being vindicated. cleared or vindicated, or, you know, motive, control, or domination. Okay. I know there's been rumors that it could be possibly a jealous female. I feel like the Sun card is like, no, we're all on the right track. That is a young male. Sun, right? A young man that is in the know or directly or indirectly involved, but I sense very strongly directly involved, and things are going to develop quickly over the coming weeks ahead, with the 6 to 8 weeks and 9 to 12 weeks from August. August is of significance to the case. We have here local. I don't know what that means, but we'll see as it comes around. Vindication and motive, control, or domination. More to come with more information. I'm curious about the handcuffs being shown in this image. Who will be vindicated? Sometimes it could be someone who's wrongly accused who is vindicated. Like, the truth came out, and thank goodness, and now I can move forward. There's that. That's cool. But it also could be when I see these handcuffs, and I created this deck. This is the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. When I see it now, I'm kind of looking at it a little differently with these handcuffs that I chose for this image. And I'm feeling like we could be, as the public, are vindicated very soon. Patience is needed. Look at that. Patience is needed for vindication. So this is what Spirit wants to talk to us in this reading today. I wanted to explore timing elements, and Spirit wanted to also give us assurances that we will get the answers. Things will come to light. There could very well be some arrests happening with these little, silver bracelets here. And more information will come out about motive, control, or domination. I sense that in this case, it is a very complex motive situation. And what I mean by complex is that there's multiple layers of motive. Sometimes there's just one motive, like it's monetary gain, and that's it. And sometimes it could be tied to other things, vindication or retribution. But in this case, I feel like it's a mixture, but the main thrust of why this happened to little Celeste, may her soul rest in eternal peace, is control or domination. Okay. And sometimes I can use the dice to determine timing. I'm going to wait for this person to drive by. It's working my nerves. Okay, so I could roll the dice and see the timing, but I just felt called to work first with the cards. And maybe I'll do this later and just put it to my members and just put it there, a rolling of the dice reading for the situation. But we'll stop there. I don't know what else to say other than things really started to go a little sideways and crazy, because I feel like Celeste was coming into her own. She was strengthening. And that strength, that inner strength, was a show of defiance to someone. And that came about within a year's time. August 21st, July to August of 2024 to July, August 2025. August is of significance to this case. We'll hear more about that, Spirit is saying. And so, with all that being said, it could be that's when more to come, with where it seems like justice will happen in those time period of midsummer. Patience is needed. So, all right, friends, that's it. I'm going to stop here, and my sincerest condolences goes out to the family. I do get a sense that justice will prevail, but we have patience is needed, and karma has a way of showing up in ways that we cannot even anticipate. More to come with that. I'll leave it at that. You saw part one. There was the S card that came up. So we'll see how these things unfold. But this card right here gives us some assurance that some sort of karmic retribution is coming with this vindication card. I'm so sorry this happened to Celeste. It breaks my heart every time a very young person meets this type of fate. And more of this will happen if we continue to just be like, oh, well, this is a one-off situation, until we're faced with a critical mass crisis. It's not fair that our young people who are in a disadvantaged way meet these types of fate. It's really, it's tragic beyond measure, and I'm not going to shy away from talking about it. Be very conscious about who you support, what you vote for, who you vote for. And I'll leave it at that. Do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For now, I for real think that this is it. I just wanted to look at, I wanted to see what is an important timing aspect of Celeste, what happened to her, and go from there. Like, I did this part, now I'm gonna go back and just kind of look at my web sleuths site that I'm a part of, or also look at Reddit, or just look and see if there's anything about that time period from 2024 to 2025 to be aware of as it relates to what may have led to what happened to Celeste. More to come also. The 9 to 12 weeks and 6 to 8 weeks, we are encouraged. There's a lot of attention on this case, right? So, law enforcement, although it is, I think isn't it LAPD? Oh my God, no offense, but I'm from California, and we'll see how this goes. But hopefully, because it's high profile, this moves as quickly as the weeks go by, right? 9 to 12 weeks, that would be ideal, ideal to get some resolution within that time frame, or just at that time frame. Thanks so much for watching, friends. You all take good care of yourselves. Bye for now.